Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, your portal to a diverse world of discovery where curiosity leads to knowledge. Today, we'll traverse the fascinating tale of Marco Polo, the explorer who connected East and West. If you're excited for this journey, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the adventures of one of history's most iconic travelers. Stay with us for a voyage through time and legacy. Born into a family of merchants in 1254 Venice, Marco Polo was primed for a life of trade and exploration. His father and uncle were pioneering traders who had already set their sights on Asia, a distant land of opportunity. Young Polo's upbringing was steeped in stories of the Silk Road and beyond, cultivating an early appetite for the adventures that would later define his legacy. At the tender age of 17, Marco Polo embarked on a monumental expedition alongside his father and uncle. Setting off from Venice, their goal was to establish trade routes, but the journey ahead would prove to be far more than just commercial, paving the way for a legendary tale of exploration and discovery. Determined to forge invaluable trade connections, Marco Polo ventured forth on his grand expedition. Beyond the pursuit of commerce, he sought to act as a diplomatic envoy for the West, aiming to absorb the cultural riches and the vast knowledge that the lands of the East had to offer. The Silk Road, a network of ancient trade routes that would chart Marco Polo's path to the East. Stretching across formidable landscapes, it connected diverse civilizations, fostering an exchange not only of goods, but also ideas. It was along this artery of intercontinental dialogue that Polo's journey to Asia commenced. In Persia, Marco Polo first witnessed the grandeur of the East. As guests of the noble class, the Polos were received with elaborate courtesies, exchanging gifts that showcased mutual respect and opened doors to the wealth of knowledge and culture that would define the spirit of their odyssey. Venturing deeper into the Middle East, Marco marveled at the bustling bazaars and intricate architecture, describing mosques that pierced the skyline with delicate minarets. His accounts reveal a world rich with spices and silks, a land where the crossroads of civilizations gave birth to an array of wonders. Upon his arrival at the court of Kublai Khan, Marco Polo was met with an air of splendor beyond his wildest dreams. The great Khan's palace was a hub of magnificence and power, dazzling the young Venetian with its opulence, and the diverse throngs paying homage to the mighty ruler. Kublai Khan's fascination with Marco Polo marked a pivotal moment in history. The great Khan, known for his curiosity about the Western world, saw in Polo an opportunity to learn and potentially expand his influence. This mutual interest led to Polo's unique position as an envoy within the vast Mongol Empire. At Kublai Khan's court, Marco Polo swiftly rose to prominence, entrusted with various diplomatic missions. His rare insights into Western cultures intrigued the Khan, leading to Polo's appointment as a special envoy. For 17 years, he traversed the empire, relaying the wealth of his observations back to the curious and expansive ruler. With the trust of Kublai Khan, Marco Polo explored the Mongol Empire's vast territories. His journey covered remote regions, documenting diverse customs, languages, and landscapes. It was here, amid the stretching steppes and bustling cities, that Polo's accounts painted a picture of an immense and intricate empire like never before seen by the Western world. Immersed in the heart of Chinese civilization, Marco Polo observed with keen interest the intricacies of their society and culture. From their advanced public infrastructure to their complex bureaucratic system, he marveled at the silk production, paper money, and imperial postal service, noting how these innovations fostered a sophisticated and thriving empire. During his time in the East, Marco Polo was captivated by innovative trade practices. He chronicled the widespread use of paper money and the efficiency of the Silk Road network, revealing an economic complexity that surpassed European methods. His accounts provided a glimpse into a flourishing economy fueled by organized commerce and rich trade goods. Venturing beyond China, Marco Polo explored the depths of Southeast Asia. Here, he encountered lush landscapes and diverse cultures, many practicing Theravada Buddhism. He described the region's bountiful resources, from precious stones to exotic spices, capturing the essence of these vibrant lands in his detailed recollections. As Marco Polo ventured further into the unknown, the expedition faced daunting physical and logistical challenges. Harsh climates, treacherous terrain, and the constant threat of bandits tested their endurance. Supplying the caravan and navigating complex trade routes required immense resourcefulness and adaptability on this perilous trek across continents. Continuing his odyssey, Marco Polo marveled at the mosaic of cultures he encountered. Each region hosted a kaleidoscope of traditions and languages, enriching his experience. The exotic wildlife further captivated him as he encountered animals he had never imagined, such as the majestic elephant and the peculiar rhinoceros. As Marco Polo ventured further, he discovered the East's boundless ingenuity. He documented technological marvels such as paper money, advanced bridge building, and gunpowder, a stark contrast to European practices. These innovations not only captivated Polo, but would later revolutionize the Western world upon his return. Marco Polo was astounded by the opulence of the Asian courts, particularly Kublai Khan's. He chronicled vast palaces adorned with gold and precious stones, and lavish feasts that highlighted the empire's prosperity. This grandeur, far surpassing anything in Europe, left an indelible mark on Polo's narratives. As Marco Polo ventured deeper into the Mongol realm, he encountered the legendary city of Xanadu, a place of fascination in Western lore. Here, he described the grand summer capital of Kublai Khan, with its magnificent palaces and pleasure gardens, blending myth with the marvels he witnessed firsthand. After years of service at Kublai Khan's court, the time had come for Marco Polo to return to Venice. Braving the perilous journey back, his caravan laden with treasures and tales of the East, Polo re-entered a Venice vastly unchanged, yet he himself was transformed forever by his extraordinary adventures. Upon his return to Venice, Marco Polo was met with a city bustling in trade, yet oblivious to the vastness of the world he'd witnessed. His tales of wealth and culture from the East sparked curiosity and ambition, ultimately fueling Venice's future endeavors in exploration and international trade relations. Following Marco Polo's extraordinary journey, the Travels of Marco Polo became a manifesto of medieval exploration, opening European eyes to the splendor of the East. Despite skepticism, the book triumphed. Captivated by Polo's detailed descriptions, it planted seeds of curiosity that would later bloom into the grand age of exploration. Marco Polo's vivid descriptions significantly influenced European cartography. His accounts offered new geographical insights, providing details for regions previously shrouded in mystery. Consequently, mapmakers sought to incorporate Polo's knowledge, gradually transforming the cartographic landscape of the time and enhancing the Western world's understanding of distant lands. While Marco Polo's tales captivated many, they weren't without skeptics. Critics since his time have questioned the authenticity of his stories, pointing out exaggerations and inconsistencies. Some argue he may have never reached China, compiling second-hand tales instead. These controversies remind us that history often hangs on the thread of the teller's truth. Marco Polo's return to Venice marked more than just the end of his personal journey. His tales became fuel for the burgeoning fire of the age of exploration. Inspiring figures like Christopher Columbus, his stories helped chart a course toward a world hungry for discovery and rich with the promise of new horizons. As we reflect on Marco Polo's epic journey, we draw parallels with today's explorers. Armed with GPS and modern technology, they tread paths less perilous but no less profound, revealing that the human spirit's thirst for knowledge and adventure is as unquenchable now as it was in Polo's era. The travels of Marco Polo underscore the enduring value of cultural exchange. His openness to new experiences and respect for diverse ways of life teach us that understanding across cultures enriches our global narrative, forging connections that transcend borders and time, much like the silk and spices along the roads he once traversed. As we delve further into Marco Polo's chronicles, questions arise about their historical accuracy. Many scholars have debated the veracity of Polo's accounts, considering the lack of corroborative evidence in some areas he claimed to have visited, and the absence of certain details one might expect from a true traveler's tales. Marco Polo's story has permeated popular culture and media for centuries, inspiring countless works of fiction, drama, and art. From the stage to the screen, his name evokes images of distant lands and adventure. He's been portrayed in novels, films, and even video games, each reinventing the explorer for a new audience. In our modern era of globalization, Marco Polo's journey resonates as a testament to human curiosity and the desire to connect with different cultures. His tales of bridging East and West remind us of the value in seeking understanding beyond our horizons, echoing into our increasingly interconnected world. As we reflect on Marco Polo's adventures, we see a timeless example of the richness that exploration and cultural exchange bring to humanity. His legacy reminds us that, despite the centuries between us, the pursuit of knowledge and understanding across cultures remains a cornerstone of our shared human experience. Thank you for exploring the incredible life of Marco Polo with us here at Spectrum Sphere. We hope you've been inspired by the tales of his remarkable expeditions. If you enjoyed this journey, please give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay curious and continue joining us on this diverse world of discovery.